Today, I'm going to be going over the top 10 most expensive sneakers ever sold, and you'll want to stay till the end because the last shoe sold for a crazy amount. You won't even believe it. At number 10, we have the Louis Vuitton x Nike Air Force 1, which sold for $352,800. This is part of a tribute auction following Virgil Abloh's passing, and were designed to support Virgil Abloh's postmodern scholarship fund. These sold for so much because they weren't just about the shoes, they're about celebrating Virgil's legacy and the creative spirit he left behind. Coming in at number 9 with the Broken Foot Air Jordan 1, which sold for a crazy $422,130. These shoes come from Jordan's second season when he fractured a bone in his left foot, and despite the injury, this moment defined his career, setting the stage for his future championships. These shoes were sourced directly from someone who received them from MJ himself, making them an authentic piece of his legacy. At number 8, we have the Nike Moon shoe, which sold for $437,500. Created by Nike co-founder Bill Bowerman for the 1972 Olympic trials, these shoes left a moon-like pattern in the dirt and are a piece of early Nike history. This is one of the first major sneaker auction sales that put collecting sneakers on the map. Coming in at number 7 is another Jordan classic, the game-worn Air Jordan 1, which sold for $560,000. This pair was worn during MJ's rookie season, and the bids were soaring during the auction's final hours. These shoes not only marked the beginning of the Air Jordan line, but also set the stage for MJ's iconic career. Next up, at 1.3 million, we have the iconic Flu Game Air Jordan 12s. These aren't just any sneaker, these are the ones that MJ wore while playing through an illness in Game 5 of the 1997 NBA Finals. Despite being visibly sick, Jordan dominated the game, securing a win for the Chicago Bulls and creating one of the most legendary moments in sporting history. The sneakers themselves are a piece of this unforgettable story, and they are acquired by Preston Truman, who famously received them from Jordan right after the game. At number 4, we have the Nike Airship, selling for an incredible 1.4 million. Before the Air Jordan 1, there was the Airship, Jordan's very first sneaker as an NBA player. This particular pair dates back to MJ's 5th NBA game in 1984, making it an early piece of Jordan's history. Collectors went wild for these because they represented the origins of the Air Jordan line, which would eventually become the most iconic sneaker line ever created. It's a symbol of how far the brand and MJ himself has come. Now, in the top 3, we have the Nike Air Yeezy samples, which sold for a jaw-dropping 1.8 million. Kanye West wore these during an unforgettable 2008 Grammys performance, and the sneakers became a symbol of his influence in both music and fashion. At number 2, we have the iconic Last Dance Air Jordan 13, which sold for an unbelievable 2.2 million. These sneakers were worn by MJ in his final game for the Chicago Bulls in 1989, a moment immortalized by the documentary The Last Dance on Netflix. This pair not just represents the championship game, but also the end of an era for the Bulls. And finally, taking the top spot at a crazy amount, we have the Jordan Dynasty collection. This collection isn't just one pair, it's 8 game-worn Jordans from 8 different playoffs. Each shoe tells a story of Jordan's dominance, representing key milestones in his journey to becoming the greatest of all time. And these sold for a whopping 8 million. And that ends the countdown of the top 10 most expensive sneakers